Oh, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching me. To do a little solo stuff today and watch some stuff. I got some clips from um, an old show I did called Crossballs. A lot of people have been asking me about Crossballs and how we did it. And I thought I'd watch it and maybe possibly get some people who work with me or whatever who on the show with me to call up. I don't know. Maybe talk to me today. Some of the old friends are doing some work this week. Maybe I can get them to call up too. I don't know. And also, I was thinking about showing. I did a pilot, like a pilot presentation. That's what they call like a cheap pilot. About 10 years ago, this rapper that I came up with, and I've always said that I was going to show it on here, so I might show some clips from it or show some parts of it. I don't know. See if anybody's interested in watching anything like that. What else is going on? What's going on? Nothing's really going on in the news right now that I really wanted to talk about. I did have this clip from YouTube that where was this at? It's pretty funny. This ain't it. I thought I had everything ready to go today, and I don't. Got some of the other clips though, the crossbar clips that I can show. If anybody wants to see, let's see. Let's see who is messaging me. Got a bunch of messages. Can't answer it, but yeah, let's see what's going on. All right, so anyway, for anybody that doesn't know, I did this show called Crossballs about early 2005, I believe, 2004, 2005. Maybe a little bit later. No, 2007. And it was a prank show where we had guests come on, and the guests were debating actors. We were all actors, but we had characters that we were playing, and we had a lot of people that were like, a lot of people that you see on news clips, even still today, people that you see advocates for different stuff, different things. A lot of those kind of people, would come on the show and debate, certain controversial topics with us. It was in the early 2000s, so the show didn't really have like a political like bent to it. We were just like trying to make fun of people. And the biggest thing is we were just trying to get a rise out of people. But we did get people who you genuinely wanted to make fun of. People who were like, were sanctimonious about their position, who, were kind of nutty. It was entertaining. And the audience, we never told the guest that it was a prank, so there was never any kind of reveal to the show. And so they came in thinking it was a serious news show and left thinking something weird happened because the audience wasn't in on it, but the audience laughed. It was a comedy show. We were doing comedy. And so, a lot of things that we would do ended up being funny. And so the guests would find themselves like, this is strange, but that was never revealed to them that, that the show was supposedly comedy. But obviously they would probably go home thinking that something happened, and which was the demise of the show, I think, in the end, and that, and fooling people, you really, it's hard. It's hard to fool people. So I've done some interviews about this. I talked to Matt Walsh about, doing movies and shows where you're mixing with the with reality, and they're difficult to do. Is one of the reasons you don't see a lot of them. Although I did one, I guess I can talk about it now. I did a pilot for a kind of reality. I won't say what it was or what exactly the show was, but I did one just recently, and yeah, it was weird to be able to try to do something like that. And when you do something like that, you don't really you can't really rely on it these days of like the hidden camera aspect of it, or people not being able to figure out that something's going on. It's hard to do that nowadays. People kind of like suspect that they're being tricked, and I guess with the internet and so much stuff on, it's hard to tell people that we're just doing this weird thing. And now you've got stuff where it's so politically motivated, in so many ways. I think it's harder to do that. People are just on the lookout of being fooled in a lot of different ways, and they should be. So, but it was a lot of fun to do. It was a lot of fun to stay in the kind of characters that we were doing. We would do a lot of like hits from like satellite hits, and so maybe a guest might be, talking to you from another location, and we were always in the same location. We were always in somewhere else in the studio. We would bring the guest in. We shot 2 of them a day, I believe, and I think that we shot 2 episodes within a day. We would have a number of guests within one episode, and we would bring them in and bring them out, kind of like shuffle them in, and where they didn't see much of anything else of the studio, and so they didn't know. Like a lot of times, we were in the next, in another room in the studio, in the same studio, doing the hit, the studio, the satellite hit. So. So what you'll see in a lot of this, I'm going to start out with one of the one that I thought was the most fun. We had a lot of writers on this. Justin Roiland from Marty, whatever that show, cartoon, was one of the writers. This was kind of the brainchild of Matt Besser. And I forgot the other producer who also worked on Tosh.0, and who worked, and I worked with him with Michael Moore, on one of Michael Moore's show, which was another kind of, I wouldn't say hidden camera, but kind of in reality kind of show that I worked on. That was really difficult to do too, but. We were working with producers who were kind of, used to doing that kind of thing. And let's see. But this was one of my favorite characters. We did a whole episode on tipping, and it was kind of a vague, kind of thing that we kind of wrapped the show around, but I think the idea was that the topics was tipping. So Crossballs was a fake interview or a fake not interview show, a fake debate show. It was called Crossballs, the debate show. I'll play the whole show. You'll get the idea of it. It was pretty good at like explaining what was going on. The guest never saw any of the like things that you see the opening of the show. We shot the whole season before any of them aired, so the people didn't even know what they were going into. The name of the show was not even revealed to the guests before they came in, so they never knew it was called Crossballs. They didn't know who they were going to be debating, any of that stuff. They knew the kind of person they were going to debate, and they knew the position that they came up with. These are advocates for this kind of thing. So this one was about tipping, and we had some like advocates for workers, bar workers, things like that, union advocates, and I was playing this character who was a quote unquote manager of waitresses, and I played it as a pimp character, but I kind of played it straight up as a manager. I didn't try to play the pimp, whatever, like the way pimps talk. So it was one of my favorite things to play, of like having people kind of discover like, what are you saying? What do you mean by doing this? So I'll play the opening, and then maybe I'll skip to my part, to part that I want to watch. Sometimes it's good to watch yourself, to look at old work, to remind yourself of good things that you've done. Nothing wrong with that, right? This was 2000, like I said, 7? I think it's 2007. I'm taking a big guess, but maybe somebody can look that up for me. Crossballs, let's check it out.
Is the customer always wrong?
The only thing I've ever noticed is the customer is always stupid.
Debating service with a smile, right here on Crossballs.
Comedians posing as experts.
Pot is good for everyone.
Women are designed for sex.
Hunting is self-defense.
I drive drunk all the time.
Debating real people.
I'm not gay. It's totally immoral.
Who don't know the show is fake.
That's a lie. You're an idiot.
Die.
Out of the crossfire, beyond hardball. This is Crossballs.
So you get the idea. The show was, a debate show that was fake. And like I said, the guests never saw any of this stuff. They just were in the studio, and they saw the studio, the things in the studio. They knew the show was called Crossballs when I got there, but they didn't see any of the setup or anything like that. Audience either. So the audience didn't know that it was fake.
I'm Chris Tallman. Tonight, does the service industry need some tips on politeness? First up, a secret shopper who works towards protecting standards in the service industry, Barbara McCauley. Also with us from the workers' advocacy group, Workers Aligned Against Inappropriate Treatment, Matthew Bentley.
Love the shirt. You can see it says, hello, my name is none of your business. I made that shirt. I was happy that was my idea. It was fun to write this and come up with the ideas, even though we were improvising a lot of it. We knew what we were going to say. It was really, really scripted, what we wanted to say. We would keep, and that was our way of keeping the guest within the range that we wanted them to be in, and to get the jokes out that we wanted to get out, because the people that were there to say whatever they wanted to. We wanted to get some jokes out, make sure that we got our comedy out. Even though we cut these down tremendously, we tape a lot, but we still had beats that we wanted to hit, and so we made sure that we did that, and we tried to be as efficient as possible. Everything that I did that was improvising was trying to get back to the things that I wanted to say, to the jokes that I wanted to get to.
Thank you for being with us. Question of the day. Do American customers expect too much from workers who are paid too little? Barbara, let's start with you.
No, not at all. I feel if you are serving the customer, you absolutely have to be cordial, you have to be wonderful, and make them have a good experience in your facility.
So basically the customer is always right.
Exactly.
Matt, how do you respond?
Did I just hear that you're a secret shopper? Mm-hmm. Do you know what we call secret shoppers?
No.
We call them narcs. 'Cause that's what you are. You're a narc.
No, I'm not a narc.
Yeah.
I'm not a narc.
You're not a narc.
No, I'm not.
Why?
Yeah.
Because what we're doing is making sure that the customer is comfortable everywhere they go and spend their money. And
That's what I just said, narc.
It's
yeah,
not a
you're
narc.
just.
What? All right.
You're like you're just like the SS. You're
What?
Just, you're
Yeah,
just,
come
you're-
No,
on.
this is protecting the employer. The employer
okay,
needs to know about their people, and that's why they have.
So we got we made sure that all the actors were improvisers, so people that could kind of like go with the flow. Andy was from Mad TV. I had been on SNL, done a lot of sketch. Mary Birdsong she ended up doing Reno 911 before or after that. And Chris Tallman was from a group, another sketch group, the Burt Firstners, and he'd done some other kind of improv. But we had all done improv, had that background, but from different places. Obviously, I knew Matt from Chicago, from the improv scene, from UCB, Second City, and from Improv Olympic. So yeah, we had to be really good improvisers, and everybody in the cast was, and even some of the guests that you'll see were improvisers too. I'll play a little bit more of this, and then I'll go to my clip.
And it helps them.
You're a narc. Okay. I represent all workers who have to deal with customers, okay? And we live in this service with a smile world now, and service with a smile is just another way of shackling us. It's a way of making us into slaves. And the managers are slave masters, and you're a slave narc.
I don't agree with that.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Why do you disagree? Tell him why he's wrong.
Because slave master. No.
I said you're a slave narc. You work for the
No,
slave
I'm not a
master.
narc. You need to release that narc thing.
Tell him why he's wrong.
Who wants to go to a place and the people are all miserable and they look like stone face? I wouldn't want
Do
to
you
go
like
there.
it when people lie to you?
No, but I'd like them to be pleasant when I'm eating.
Well, that's lying. It
Takes a lot more to be miserable and to frown than to smile. It's backwards. You have it completely
Believe me,
backwards.
I'm having a really easy time right now not smiling.
Well,
If I smile, watch this. It's easy. It's all there. Okay, this forces this up into here, forces the skin up into and now it causes a headache up here. Everybody knows that. When you're forced to smile, you get a headache.
Everybody knows when you walk into a restaurant or something, you want to be greeted.
Make a break for a minute, just a second here. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. See, but you get the idea of what the whole premise was, and then I came on as this character. I'll let Tallman set it up, but yeah, Chris was a great host too. He just was really good at the playing the feigning the faux outrage, and just keeping it going, but really good at cutting those people off and using it to get an opportunity to let us be able to get our jokes in. It really worked well. We were just trying to get the comedy out of it, So let's check this out. Hold on.
It's rude to me, I'll pube their item.
Waitresses need managers. More Crossballs when we return. Welcome back. Are the waitress wars waiting to explode? Joining us now via satellite is restaurant owner and staff training consultant Jerry Hammond. Jerry, you've been in the news recently for controversial restaurant management seminars you give. Tell us a little about that.
Well, I mean, a lot of managing, really, to me, is style. Fresh name tag, starch in the collar, jewelry catching a waitress's eye. These are the kind of things that the waitresses give you respect. And I guarantee you, by the end of this interview, your other guest on here, she's going to want to work for me.
What?
I guarantee you.
Is that true?
What you said, she's a good
what you
manager,
say makes sense to you? Is that a good manager?
Well, I agree with the appearance.
And she was wait staff representative, another one, just like
And the aura that you put out and taking care of the customer service. I agree with all that. But I just have to correct you one thing. Men are waiters too. So let's be politically correct here. It's servers, not just waitresses anymore.
Well,
so,
I don't roll that way, but, if you...
Jerry, your seminars teach an unorthodox waitress training process. Mr. Hammond, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, and I like to say that's Hammond, that's with 2 M's for a double dose of that managing. I teach managers, first of all, that when you teach a waitress not to just serve food, but you have to control their mind. And when I say that...
What?
A good manager really knows how to control a waitress, and that's when you're a real manager. Any woman can be turned into a waitress. But only certain women will stick with it. I mean, it's a hard job. I mean, a lot of women don't want to do that. So you want to find waitresses that, maybe young, low self-esteem, abused by their fathers. They're tighter on the job.
What are you talking? Does that make? Is there any truth to that?
Okay, the true part of it is that when you are young and you have low self-esteem, you are willing to be put in a position where you allow yourself to be abused. So he's right about that. But it's wrong to accept any kind of employment in our country to allow that to go on.
Yeah, I mean,
it's very, very discriminatory.
It's all about attitude, not aptitude, so you can reach that altitude.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
Is that,
these are just part of the rules that I put down to get tips from those fools. What? I'm teaching them the little tricks that it takes.
Like what?
To be a good waitress. Eye contact, laughter, small talk, stimulate a trick's mouth. Any man can... Sorry?
What? I don't understand. What does that mean? What is he talking about?
Well, that means you talk to them. You make small talk. You make eye contact. Flirt. Flirting a little bit. These are the things that'll get you tipped well.
Manipulation.
No, it is manipulation.
I love doing that. It's just it was one of the few things that I came up with by myself and really forced into it, and people are just like, it's just like unsavory. And I often wanted to do. I have I actually have a pilot too, and you may want to watch too. I was doing some pimp characters, but I always wanted to, stress like pimp persona had been so much especially like in the early 2000s, had been so much in popular culture. There was a couple of movies, documentaries about pimps, and they were honest, they really like showed, how bad pimps could be, but it was also a celebration of it, like these players balls, and it was so much talked about in hip hop, and I just wanted to there's a couple of things that I wanted to put in my comedy of like how awful, what this life was really like. So I was glad to be able to do something like this, of to put it in this context, without the street glamour. Let us move on.
And most sales jobs are manipulative. That's just the way it is. But people should not be put in the position where they have to manipulate money out of someone. They should be guaranteed a certain amount.
I tell my waitresses all the time, move those hips and those lips and get those tips.
Oh, my God. Barbara, that's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's just wrong.
That's terrible.
Tell them why it's horrible.
It's harassment. It's
not harassment. Look at me, I'm splendid.
You should not. You might think you're splendid, but I don't think anybody agrees with you.
I hope you're not backing up any of
I think at one point I did. I don't know if I cut it out. I was like, I want you to work for me anyway. The other one I would like to work for me, but you, I'll pass.
this behavior with violence. I hope it never comes to that, does it?
Chris, you hope it doesn't have to come to that. No, sometimes waitresses get out of pocket and you have to put the hand down, but I don't have to do that. That's rare. That's a very rare occasion. You can do it with the mind. You do it with the mind. You don't have to use anything physical.
Is this a cult?
I love that when she asks if it's a cult, it's like, because that's what every pimp, like one of my friends is a cult expert of like every, cult relationship can be really explained in a pimp and sex worker relationship, in the mind kind of games that pimps play. But their outrage is the way that we should feel about pimps. But I love the look on her face. What's going on?
You play with their minds, your waitresses?
Yeah, I don't understand. What does that mean, out of pocket and put the hand down? Translate
Crazy.
that.
Chris, what are you going to do if you got a waitress saying, I'm not coming to work this weekend? I don't feel like serving that table. I can't handle it. There's ways that you can persuade them to do that. And if they get so far out of pocket, yes, I will slap that wig back to the fat meat. If you're going to hit a waitress, if you're going to do it, man, you gotta do it like she thinks that you're gonna kill her. And then you're gonna have a good waitress.
No, you can't. You can't think that. That's.
One expert says she can solve the homeless problem and provide a service to all citizens. More Crossballs when we return.
I have to show the next one, and I think I've shown it before, or we were watching it, some friends of ours, but that was one of the funniest bits that they've done on the show. But I'm gonna do some cleanup work for a minute. See who's online. All right, nobody's on. Yeah, they. There's a really funny bit coming up after this that we did, and my friend ended up shooting, and he was really hungover, and I'll point him out. But I thought this next thing that's coming up is really funny. I mean, we see some old commercials. All right, let's check this out. Let's keep moving.
Welcome back. There are 95 million service jobs in America, but millions are still without jobs altogether, or worse, without homes. Joining us via satellite is an advocate for homeless Americans, Mary Davies. Mary, tell us about how you're helping.
The homeless need to be working. Working is the key before they starve and die or turn to a life of crime. Now, I'm very active in my community, and I was asking myself what I could do. And honestly, one day I was just walking down my street and I saw a homeless person slip on a pile of dog crap, to be quite honest. But he went flying through the air, and it was a light bulb went off in my head. That homeless people are very funny and that they would make wonderful clowns. And that's when I started the outreach program that I call Project Bobo. And it's an experimental program we're trying out, and it makes depressed areas with homeless much more festive, and it puts the homeless to work doing something that they love.
Oh, so hold on. So you're getting homeless people jobs as clowns, like at birthday parties and like singing telegrams, that kind of thing?
No. Can you imagine? No. Heavens, no. That would be disastrous. No, we're leaving the homeless exactly where they are.
We have footage from a local news station which covered Ms. Davies' work with the homeless. Let's take a look.
America's homeless, a growing population in bleak economic times. One controversial homeless relief program called Project Bobo is lending a hand.
I wanted to give back to my neighborhood, and I looked around and I thought, well, we certainly have a lot of homeless, but we don't have a lot.
Area, with volunteers helping each member of the homeless create their own clown character, often based on their unique personality or mental illness.
Color on that beautiful brown skin of yours. Look at that.
It's finally okay to look at the homeless.
I mean, no more walking by and pretending you don't see somebody doing something funny. And they're really funny.
Take it, Nagasaki, pal! Nagasaki, pal! You think that you shut up! Everybody shut up! Are you kidding me, dude? I'm gonna take the bus!
While many experts believe Project Bobo is not the best solution to the homeless crisis, it is, at the very least, a colorful one. Carla Tucker, San Diego.
That's ridiculous.
All right, Callie, what do you think about the video?
I just don't see how this helps their esteem or helps them to become their mental health or their stability. People laughing at them, and basically people are making fun of them and laughing at them and giving them handouts. That's not helping them become productive people.
I know how they do the box trick.
All right, Barbara.
Yeah.
Does that take away their dignity at all?
Yes, it does.
All right, now tell me why.
Because, again, you don't know. It could be mental illness. It could be just loss of everything, money, and they're still coming out of the box.
All right, that'll have to be the last word. We will see you next time when more experts get caught between the crossballs. Good night.
Still coming out of the Charlie Siskel. Charlie was the producer on that. Her saying that they're still coming out of the box was one of my favorite things ever to happen in the world of comedy. And it was pretty much like that. She was in the middle of a sentence. It was a little bit edited. You saw it in there, but she was pretty much in the middle of a sentence, and then she said, "They're still coming out of that box." Man, that was one of my favorite episodes. It was really funny. A lot of fun to do something like that, but again, couldn't do it for too long. Didn't couldn't legally get it done. They wouldn't support us. They were just like, hey, these people, some of these people want to sue you, so you're shit out of luck. And we're like, what? They want to sue you? Like, okay, no more of that show. How's everybody doing? No comments. Nobody saying anything. There's a few people watching on Twitch. A few people watching on YouTube. A few people watching on Facebook. I don't think anybody's watching on Substack. So anyway, I was gonna start watching some of this pilot. Although let's see see if there's any other YouTube, any other Crossbows, because there's some funny stuff on this show. There was an episode where there's a ex-wife of an NBA basketball player, which was pretty good. We did some ridiculous ones where, like, I was in a fat suit. Let's see. How about that one? Sex Battle. Let's check this one out. How about Sex Battle USA?
Men have the right to be treated like a woman.
Everybody knows Jesus had long hair like a woman.
Gather around, boys and girls. It's time to debate right here on Crossballs.
Comedians posing as experts.
Pot is good for everyone.
Women are designed for sex.
Hunting is self-defense.
I drive drunk all the time.
Debating real people
I'm not gay. It's totally immoral.
who don't know the show is fake.
That's a lie. You're an idiot. Die.
Out of the crossfire, beyond hardball. This is Crossballs.
I'm Chris Tallman. Tonight, gender identity in America. First up, the founder and president of Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny, the Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson. Also with us, a veteran of numerous gender discrimination lawsuits, Matt Donaldson. Thank you for being with us. Question of the day.
So Jesse Lee Peterson, I don't know, kind of famous right now, or I should say these days, are well known. I guess known for, I don't know, just being on the internet. He has his own show. I don't know what's been going on with the last couple of years. I was kind of following what was going on with him. And then we had his controversy a few years ago where he was kind of outed. and I'm not even going to go into that. But again, these are the kind of people that we had on the show, and he was one of them. He was a great guest to have for this kind of thing.
What's wrong with blurring the boundaries between men and women? Jesse, let's start with you.
Well, whenever you go out of the norm, you become abnorm. And so when we accept the abnorm, you create a chaos in society.
All right, Matt, how do you respond?
Well, Chris, you see, I'm not a man. I don't consider
Jesse Lee was young then, too.
myself a man. I don't consider myself a woman. I just want to be person.
All right. This is what happens when you get away from the norm.
Thank you.
You become abnormal.
Thank you.
All right.
You know, just sometimes, I want to be a woman when it comes time to pick up the check. That's when I want to be a woman. I want to be a woman on ladies' night when we drink free, sisters. That's when I want to be a woman. I want to be a woman. Look, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I feel like a man because I want, a woman to fix breakfast for me.
You're more than just a person, but you don't realize that.
What am I?
You're a male.
No, I'm not. I'm a person. When I came out here and I saw your tie, I said, he's gay like I am in some sense.
Come on.
That's crazy.
All right, now, Mr. Donaldson recently made a controversy.
Really crazy with the recent allegations. Really crazy.
Controversial appearance on the reality dating show First Impressions. That's right?
Yes, I did.
All right, let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Too.
So should we go in?
Great.
If you're waiting for me to open, I don't do that because I don't consider myself a man. Are you a woman? We're both people. I'm a person, so if I do it this time, you'll need to do it next time, or we need to flip for it, or something like
I'll
that.
just open the door.
Oh, okay.
This was a long time. I mean, this is really the early 2000s. It really shows way ahead of itself. This character that Matt is just, he invented. This was like not based on anybody and not based on anything that was happening at the time. I would love to stress that. But the Jesse Lee Peterson thing, though. I got another video to show you just in.
Excuse me, I'm going to use the ladies' room.
Oh, I need to as well.
This is the women's room.
Oh, I know. I always use the women's room because it's always nicer.
Well, why don't you just go first?
Oh, thank you. It's chilly out here.
Really?
Aren't you gonna offer me your sweater?
Oh, well, I'd rather not, just because you're a lot bigger than me and you can stretch it out,
You're gonna let me freeze out here? I guess chivalry's dead.
All right, Jesse, what'd you think of the video?
I feel sorry for the woman.
Really?
She was rude to me.
What I don't understand, if you are a woman and
I
you
didn't
are a
say I'm
man,
a
why do you
woman.
even bother going out with women?
Okay, I love to be a woman, like I said, when I want to have the check picked up for me. That's a great time to be a woman. But I love to be a man when it's time to stick my penis in her vagina.
All right, come on. All right. Isn't that just...
It's gonna have, it will have to be a sick woman that would allow you to do that to
Why?
her. I mean, why would they let an it?
A person.
A person.
I'm not an it.
The women that you're going out with, are they drag queens as well?
Do I look like I'm dressed in drag right now?
Yeah. You let you have a short.
Wait.
This isn't a dress. This is a nice shirt. This is a $150 shirt.
It looked like a...
So that was Jesse Lee Peterson in 2006, 2007, I believe. Something like that. Right? Yeah. I had to look at when Crossballs was on. But let's look at from 3 years ago. What developed after that. Let's see. I'm going to go on there. Humans report. Mm-hmm.
Homosexuality is of their father, the devil. It's not them, the person. It's the spirit that made a home in them. And it came from them overreacting to some sort of a situation in life, whether it's from someone messing with them when they were kids, or...
Who aged better, me or Jesse Lee Peterson? You saw me back then, you saw him back then.
Overreacting to an angry mother because you become like what you hate. So it's an evil spirit, and they can't overcome it if they don't accept it as a right. They have to see that, yes, they're stuck into it, but it's something wrong with it. And in that, they're able to overcome it. God will remove that spirit away from them.
That was a clip from a video titled How to Stop Being a Homosexual by anti-gay conservative radio host Jesse Lee Peterson. And publicly, he's denounced homosexuality as a sin on numerous occasions, but privately, we know that Jesse Lee Peterson himself can't quite quit that cock. And the reason why we know this is because he accidentally outed himself like an imbecile in 2020 by liking a gay porn tweet on his public Twitter account. Here's my coverage of that. As you can see, you know, he has all of his likes here, and he liked a tweet from Donald Trump where Trump says, "Make America Great Again." And then if you scroll down a little bit more, you see that he liked a tweet from Your Daddy OnlyFans, XXL Boy, where there is a video of part 2 of a collaboration with Sean Boy and Anthony D. And basically this is the video of two men having gay sex, and it is censored, but as you can see, there is one man eating out another man's booty hole.
Gotcha, bitch!
He liked this on his public account for his show. Oh my god. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. And he left that liked tweet up for hours. It was there for hours. And immediately after he realized that he liked that tweet, he set his account to private. Probably because he's going to scroll through and make sure that he didn't like any other gay porn tweets, because he maybe thought that he was using his throwaway account, not logged into his public account. And I'm sure he's got to make sure everything is okay. So I don't know if he's even going to speak to this. But if he does speak to this, then I would imagine that he's going to say he was either hacked or one of his interns or staffers did that and they've been fired because they're homosexuals and that's evil. But we all know what this is about, and I think that Lance from the Surfs put it best. How it started versus how it's going. Now, that video blew up, but regardless, he hasn't stopped with the anti-gay hate, even though we now know that he himself is a homosexual. He even attended a straight pride parade, which you're not straight, bud, so you don't really fit in there. But regardless, he's continuing with this anti-gay tirade, and things just got a lot worse for him because now the evangelicals are onto him and now they're trying to come after him as well. So Joseph Enders of the right-wing evangelical news outlet titled Christian Militant put together a documentary called Amazing Disgrace, which is a name that's admittedly clever. And in it, they talk to men who either had relationships with Jesse or claim that he made unwanted sexual advances towards them. Take a look.
These stories first came to light when Jesse's former co-host and alleged decade-long gay lover exposed him.
So we were sitting on the bed together, and all of a sudden he turned to me and just looked at me, and he said, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do?" And he said it in a tone that was really insistent, and I'd never seen this tone from him before. It was like kind of scary. It kind of scared me. Like what? What do you want to do? I knew what he meant, and then I told him, well, okay. And at first I'm scared, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm playing along here. It kind of threw me off my game, I guess, in a way. I think later I realized that's kind of something that people do sometimes. It's like the devil works in a certain way by intimidating you, and it throws you off your normal game. And so he said, what do you want to do? And he's like, okay, I'm scared. And then I told him what I want to do. I mentioned sex acts, you know, that he knew about that, or talked about that I was interested. And next thing you know, he's ripping his clothes off and coming at me, basically.
Okay.
And I did the same. Took my clothes off. And next thing you know, we're fully at it, having, not getting into detail here, but basically full-on sexual acts.
Former Bond House manager, 50-year-old Robert Santner, alleges he witnessed similarly strange behavior in 2021 between Jesse and current Bond producer James Hake.
What I witnessed, him and Jesse were hugging each other intensely, rubbing each other's shoulder down stuff, and he came to a point where I actually saw him kissing him on the cheek and stuff, on the hallway, and talking all kinds. I can't remember what the words he said, but there were a lot of giggling in the hallway, in his James' room, and then there was even one time that just really shocked the living hell out of me, is I went to the laundry room stuff. I mean, after I took the laundry out, and then when I got out, and there was a door open in Jesse's room, and there I saw Jesse was sitting in the bed, and while James Hake was wrapped around bed sheets, completely around like a burrito with his head sticking out. And Jesse was like embracing him and hugging him and stuff, and then kissing him on the forehead. And I was like, hey, are you all right?
My dude, they were more than all right. They probably just got laid. So, yeah. Really funny. Something that stood out to me was the nonstop porno music in the background of this supposedly serious documentary.
Yeah, I should have got the documentary itself.
Very weird. I guess it added to the ambiance. But one thing that isn't necessarily clear is how many of these advances were repeated and unwanted, because you have some men in this documentary, which you didn't see, saying that Jesse Lee Peterson hit on them and tried to engage in sexual activity with him.
Okay, well that's the disturbing part, where it's just like people just like I didn't want him to do that. The one guy was like, yeah, he wanted it, but anyway, that went on and on. A lot more people like confessed, or not confessed, but like accused Jesse Lee Peterson of that same kind of behavior. So yeah, to go back. That was Jesse Lee Peterson's thing. So it's funny to see him like 20 years later, all this stuff come out. Anyway, on that episode, I did a really funny character. I forgot we had some other stuff. Like again, the show had to do with sex and gender and all this stuff. Matt's character was brilliant. I think Andy played this character that wanted to change the NBA uniforms, and I wanted to hear what Jesse had to say about that. Let's check it out.
Jeans and garters that Mary suggested. What do you think?
Don't be ridiculous. You're being ridiculous.
Don't be ridiculous.
Absolutely, that's ridiculous.
Yes, and push-up bras, we're fine.
But Susan, you have to admit, if you change the uniform, you will have more men watching the women's game rather than so many lesbians.
All right, coming up, women.
Yeah, it was like he wasn't even a part of that segment, and Andy's character was a guy that wanted to change the WNBA's uniforms to sexy uniforms. I'll give you a little bit of it. Let's see.
Can you do a twirl for us? Okay. Chris. Talk about form-fitting. These are outstanding. She can do anything in these shorts, okay? She can swing her hips from side to side. It just moves and moves and breathes and breathes. Chris, this outfit is going to turn instant replays into instant gratification. I think you know what I mean by that. I mean, these are fantastic. She moves great in them. Can I see your shoes as well? Let's have a look at your shoes. Thank you. Oh, come on! Oh, my goodness. I don't know if you can see this heel. Look at the size of that. It's filled with cork, so that means when she's running or sauntering down the court, it's just a little bit bouncy. She can bounce a little bit. It's terrific. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
That's not bad.
While we're at it, maybe we should also go with the thigh-high stockings and garters that Mary suggested. What do you think?
Don't be ridiculous. You're being ridiculous.
Don't be ridiculous.
Absolutely, that's ridiculous.
Yes, and push-up bras, we're fine.
But Susan, you have to admit, if you change the uniform, you will have more men watching the women's game rather than so many lesbians.
All right, coming up, women. Men can't live with them, but can they live without them? Scientist Dr. Jerry Davis. Now,
So-
Doctor, you have a unique...
One of the ideas with the show is that it would get more and more ridiculous as we went on. It was when our idea was like to keep upping the stakes as the show went on, so that by the time we got to the last segment, it was just ridiculous. And then
theory about male sexuality. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, Chris, it's no secret that 95% of
Jerry Davis. Now, Doctor...
Let's go back a little bit more.
Welcome back. Tonight's topic, the battle of the sexes. With us now via satellite is behavioral scientist Dr. Jerry Davis. Now, Doctor, you have a unique theory about male sexuality. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, Chris, it's no secret that 95% of sexual harassment in the workplace is caused by men. Men think about sex approximately 23 times a day, and they have real sexual urges approximately 8 times a day. If these urges go unsatisfied, it creates sexual tension. To that end, we've created something called the robot vagina. A man can have realistic sex with this vagina anytime, anywhere.
Really?
Yes.
All right, Susan, what do you think about this idea?
Do we really think men need to have sexual gratification at various times during the day is the question.
Well, yes, they do. Yes, they do. I mean, like I said, they talk about it a lot. And the best place for something like this is in the workplace, where arousal is very detrimental to productivity. Chris, imagine a world where we no longer rely on one another, men relying on women to stick their penises into their vaginas, or women relying on men to get a penis stuck in their vaginas. Now, everybody will treat each other as equals.
We can get to the point. I can say I was proud to be one of the writers in this, and to actually... I came up with with the robot vagina, if you want to see it, but I did actually invent it.
Actually wearing a robot vagina right now. Now, would you care to demonstrate that for us?
Yes, there I am.
All right.
Okay, the switch is in the necktie.
Oh, I see.
The robot vagina actually fits around the penis. You can see I have it right here. And I'll turn it on.
That's a very large vagina.
What? And as you can see, the robot vagina does all the work for you. And we know it's a little large right now. We're working on the size. You'll remember the first televisions were very large, and so we can actually work on making this smaller.
I think we get the idea.
It was actually a toy, a bumbleball. I used to use this for a lot of gags, bits on stage, like when I was at Second City and stuff. I used to put it in a bag and just let it move around, and people didn't know what was inside of it. But yeah, that's what...
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe you'd support this as a man of God.
Jerry,
you are. You'd support that.
All right, hang on a second. All right. Jerry, isn't that a little distracting to be in a boardroom meeting and you've got that?
Chris, this is no more distracting than somebody passing notes, or people get BlackBerry messages and text messages and phone calls during meetings. It's no more distracting than that. If I were under a table, you would not see what was going on.
All right, Jesse, what do you think about the demonstration?
It's sick.
That's sick. Why is it sick?
I mean, look at it.
Well, yeah. Susan, what do you think?
I'd like to see him stand up with that thing on. Okay, let's see how discreet this is. Sideways now.
I know, it's a little large. I look like that all the time without one of those.
I think it's a fun toy, but I will never replace my box.
Boy.
I'm not worried.
Stop that. All right. All right, we are almost...
That is a good-looking woman right there.
What?
Whoa!
Oh, jeez. That's all the much time we have. We'll see you next time when more experts get caught between the crossballs. Good night.
An Indecision 2004 special.
So there you go, 2004, and we got the year right down in the fall of 2004. Indecision election going on. The second election of George Bush, I believe. So not a happy time. I think we were like maybe in the middle of a war right then. Yeah, it was kind of nutty right then, going on right then, stuff right then. I think we had already invaded Iraq. We were in Afghanistan. Yeah, just going back to what times it was, I guess. Really good to see Jesse Lee Peterson in a situation like that, and then looking at years later on what that turned out to be, and how anti-gay he was. I mean, he was so anti-gay. I never really assumed that. I always assumed that there was something secret. And, you know, his thing is always male-oriented. Like, it's a men's organization that he has. He has, like, men's groups meetings. But, yeah, I guess I never, like, you know, never put that together. I'm kind of, you know, slow when it comes to stuff like that. And I was always just kind of making fun of his kind of like his racial views more, you know. I think that's what he kind of became more famous for as time went on. And as Megan went on. Man, I keep losing, you know, I get viewers, and then as I go on this shit, I lose viewers. Maybe I should just stick to playing this stuff. I'm going to go back to playing some of my other clips. Joaquin was on. It's cool. Just seeing who I'm just looking at who might be looking at some of the clips, because I'm thinking about going off. Maybe I don't need to be on Facebook. You know, just seeing who's online. What's going on? You know. Let's see what's got here. Maybe I can get some more people on here too. Yeah. Let's look and see if there's some more of these clips. But yeah, that was Jesse Lee Peterson when he was on. I forget, it was somebody else's wife. Of a basketball player's wife or ex-wife that was on. One of my other favorites was another rapper that I played. Is this one the Music in America? Or is it is that Internet Threat? Plastic Surgery, Crime and Punishment, Healing Through Porno, Sports Stars Are Monsters, Clones. I don't remember that one. Grand Theft Apocalypse was one of my favorite ones. This character, I kind of just did Michael Eric Dyson, and just got really prepared for this. Let's check this one out. We'll check out the opening, and then and then we'll check it out. Let's see.
Video games improved this man's life?
I couldn't get laid for so long, and once I did, it was ugly people.
It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you debate the game, right here on Crossballs.
Comedians posing as experts.
Pot is good for everyone.
So this one was video games.
Hunting is self-defense.
You know,
time.
Debating real people.
Remember exactly. I remember the character I did, but I don't remember exactly who the people were.
Is
that
fake.
were on.
You're an idiot. Die.
Out of the crossfire, beyond hardball. This is Crossballs.
I'm Chris Tallman. From Asteroids to Zelda, video games are blasting box office records and banking billions. But do these games cause horrible addiction, or are they just more fun than fiction? With us now is professional video game tester Matt Gleason. Also with us from the Internet and Computer Addiction Services of Seattle, Washington, Dr. Hillary Cash. Thank you for being with us. Question of the day. Are video games addictive? Dr. Cash, let's begin with you.
They can be, because they produce in the brain dopamine, which is the chemical it's very similar to cocaine.
Really?
Oh, you're crazy. I mean...
Why is that?
Well, I at least play 12 hours a day. Most good video game players do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
If you're a kid, it absolutely affects the development of the brain. Children basically develop short attention spans and difficulty...
Well, I'm an adult.
Well...
He's playing 12 hours a day. How does that affect him? Is he addicted?
Well, probably.
What you call addiction, I mean, that's my life. Just because you live in meat space longer than I live, longer than I do, then I live in cyberspace.
What's meat space?
Well, we're in meat space right now. You see, she's all caught up on our bodies, and I don't enjoy being in meat space because I'm not good at it. I prefer to be on the video game land where I have notoriety, where the people who are losers can be winners.
A lot of times in today's society, technology is everywhere, and it's difficult sometimes to deal with people. What about that?
I think it's important to learn the skills that you lack so that you can deal with
What
people.
skills does he lack?
What skills do I
Social
lack?
skills, the skills of being able to interact with people, communicate well with people.
I do communicate with people in multiplayer games all the time. I have tons.
Your life is made up entirely of video games because you're a video game tester.
Yeah.
Are you married?
Yeah.
And so I have no idea what that relationship was like, but my experience...
It's good because of video games.
Okay, because you and your wife play them together?
No, she doesn't get that at all. But like, well, for instance, they have this game called The Sims.
Mm-hmm, sure.
You get to create your own life there, and like a lot of times you make mistakes in your life that you regret. Well, you can make up for those mistakes in this life. Like, you know, you can.
I'm gonna go to my whatever character that I played. I can't remember exactly what the character I played, but it was it was somebody that was anti-video game, and somehow we got somebody that was a video game proponent or something like that. I don't know. We have to check it out though.
These games teach people that they have to...
You know, game makers mostly are interested in making money, and they can exploit...
Don't reflect anything that has to do...
I guess I came in the middle of this one.
That is...
With the flamethrower and watch you burn.
That's uncalled for. Next up, violent video games, machine guns or machine funds? More Crossballs when we return.
Let's talk about Donkey Kong. Obviously, the angry black man after the white woman.
Welcome back. Tonight's topic, video games. Joining us is the author of The Doom Generation, Jerry Davis. Also here from Zeitgeist Games, Dustin Klingman. Big question. Does graphic violence shown with awesome graphics make us want to blow people to bits in the real world? Dustin.
Absolutely not.
Why?
I mean, well, there's actually no credible foundation of evidence that you can present that really links violence and games together.
You know, our soldiers, let's say in Vietnam, they only had one enemy, and that was the Viet Cong. The Viet Cong didn't change. They didn't become some spinning, flaming warlock or some skeleton that shoots out acid from his mouth. You know, these games teach people that they have to react in a violent way against these threats, and they react even more violently when they go out into society.
Is that true?
What would you do if an acid-spitting warlock showed up in front of you?
Well, see, that's not going to happen. But you believe
exactly
that
that's not
it's
gonna
going to happen.
Absolutely
and that's
not.
the way you react when you see a
Cloak
threat.
of invisibility.
You react as if...
Absolutely not. That's insane to try to make that linkage. These things don't exist in reality. There's no line that's drawn.
What about games that depict the real world? Grand Theft Auto, it's incredibly popular, and it's about violence here in the real world. How do you explain that?
There's no consequences in these games. And why are these games so negative? Why do you
Grand
have to
Theft
go...
Auto, the police are chasing after you constantly.
Yes,
I mean, there are consequences.
Let me explain. I want to hear this.
They're not the consequences that you should have, from what I've seen in Grand Theft Auto.
Who are you to say?
You just start over again and you start playing when you committed some violence. If a kid kills somebody in a game like that, they should go to video jail. Every time that kid turns on a video game, he should be behind bars for the next 20 years.
Well,
that's real.
In the case of
that's real.
The Entertainment Software Ratings Board has said that only 8% of the games that were sold were actually rated M for mature, which Grand Theft Auto falls under. 63% of those games were actually rated E for everyone.
So right now we have E for everyone, T for teen, and M for mature.
Right.
Now my system would be more than that, so that parents have a real knowledge of what's going on in these games. I propose V for general violence in a game, okay? VWBS for violence with bloodshed. VWEBSAD for violence with extreme bloodshed and decapitations. FBN for female breast nudity. You have nudity in some of these games. FVN for female vagina nudity, if they ever come out with that. FBVN for female breast and vagina nudity. NN for male nudity. Let me finish. L for network TV. LBC for language on basic cable. And HBOL for HBO language. These are things that I want to know when my kids are playing these games.
But the list of things that you just gave out to me is a bunch of letters that I don't understand. You know,
well, you would
people understand T for teen, M for mature, E for everyone.
Look,
it's very simple.
You want to dumb down America?
I don't have to dumb down America. They can make it. They're informed.
You are by what you do.
Parents are involved with decisions about rentals and purchases 83% of the time.
Matt, go ahead.
What games are
What game has vaginas?
Stop it. No. We're not getting into that. We're moving on. Next issue. Do video games make money by marketing the worst parts of humanity to the public? We'll start with you.
You know something else is that these games are racist and bigoted.
How?
Look at the characters that are in these games right now. You don't have black heroes in these games. The heroes are always white. And you know what? In these role-playing games that these white nerds sit around and get hopped up on that. No, you listen to me, because this is what they're doing. You look at these kind of people, and these are the kind of people that are teaching your children about how they should react to the world. These are white nerds sitting around getting hopped up on Mountain Dew. Getting hopped up on Mountain Dew and making these games up. And then these games don't reflect anything that has to do with me. It's always the white knight going after the dark forces. And I know what you mean by dark forces. You mean by people like me. You've never seen a black elf running around in the forest. You don't see that, but you sure as hell see an evil black orc or some kind of troll.
Zelda's produced in Japan. It's not a North American game.
Hey, it's the white man's influence.
It's a Japanese man's influence.
Next up, an expert who believes the future of video games is going back to the 80s. More Crossballs when we return.
Funny stuff. Again, man, difficult show to do. What else is going on out here? I don't see anything in the news. We saw a little bit of Jesse Lee Peterson. More Epstein file stuff coming out. Nothing really going on in comedy. I don't cover the Rogan sphere like I do. I should jump off of some platforms. I'm gonna jump off some stuff. How about that? Yeah. No need for Facebook to be on. So yeah, I've jumped off some streams. Yeah, I don't really cover like the Rogan sphere. Although I probably should, or just at least like, just the little things that go on in comedy. I ended up like talking about the Saudi Arabia stuff, just as like it just came up in a conversation because, and I was talking about it early on because I knew some people that were going, I guess, and it was just something that I started to think about. I wasn't even thinking about it in terms of like people shouldn't go where they should go or whatever. I just thought, man, I wouldn't go to that, and that's weird it's weird that they're even having that. Why is Saudi Arabia having a comedy festival? You know, yeah, I mean, we know why, but it's still like, do they even know who these people are? Why is this important to anybody that's there? You know, to have a festival. You can understand why they would have like, oh, you want anyway. I mean, don't even go into that. But I did cover that and did talk about it. But there's not that much to talk about. You know, a lot of my friends, to a lot of people that have been doing comedy a long time, I think they feel like, unless you have your own thing going, they feel like the world of comedy, it's hard, it's dead. I think that a lot of people that were peers of mine always felt like, hey, look, you know, the larger world of comedy is always going to be stuff that, you know, we may not like, you know. I kind of came up in the alternative world of comedy, even though our aim was to try to put stuff on television and to have a bigger audience. We didn't want to be like other comedians, and especially like a lot of the popular comedy of the day. We wanted to do it on our own terms, especially the comedy of it. And I think you've had that a lot with a lot of comedians. And now I think stand-up has diluted a lot of that. It really feels to me like the stand-up world that I came into, which was in the mid-'80s, late 80s, early 90s, the end of the stand-up boom. So I guess it was more late 80s, 90s. But right at the end of the stand-up boom, when there was still like a bunch of stand-up, little clubs were doing stand-up in places in Michigan where I was, in little clubs. I started out like going to the local place that was doing comedy and seeing some comics there and talking to them and getting the lowdown on like where you could go in the state to actually get on stage and get booked and find a person that could book you and all that kind of stuff. So at that point, like, you know, little clubs and bars and stuff were doing a lot of comedy, and that was the end of the stand-up boom. And this feels like that right now, like the middle to end of the stand-up boom. I don't know what it's like playing live shows out there. I do see a lot of like little places, and I live in California. I live outside of LA, and I do see little places like popping up doing stand up and that kind of stuff you're going to see go away. So, but it's different in that so much of it happens online, and some of it happens like on YouTube, and people put their specials up and streaming. There's so many specials. You should really stop calling them specials. Is it's anything but when there's so much of it. When there's so much of it, can you really call it special? Something that's special. But you've seen a lot of them on. It used to be on television. You would just see stand up pretty much just on like HBO and maybe somebody on Johnny Carson. So if you really wanted to see like adult stand up that was like not clean or whatever, then you had to maybe watch it on HBO. And if you wanted to see just like regular stand-ups, like, a lot of people my age, at least when I was growing up, a kid, really wasn't interested in a lot of it. But you had to, like on the late night shows on Johnny Carson or something like that, So now then it became like just out there everywhere. There were like these late night shows that came up. You see stand-up, you see it on late night, you see it on. There were a lot more late night shows. There was cable that was starting to put a lot of stand-up on, and that's just what it feels like now. But now you have it online, you have YouTube, so that's just making things worse. What else is there? So anyway, it seems like there's a lot of news now about comics, and then like a lot of comedians have entered the political sphere and have become influential in that way. So it makes people, I guess there were people that were watching me on YouTube. Maybe I should have stayed on, but I got off. Or not on YouTube, on Facebook. anyway, the comedians have become really influential nowadays. Time is 12:30. I am not going to be on tomorrow, but we will be on Friday. Like I said, I'm still working on trying to get some people in here. Let's see if anybody is. None of my friends are available right now, but yeah, I was gonna try to see if anybody was available today to see if we could get anybody on, but it doesn't look like we got a lot of. A lot of my friends available. So not a lot of news. I will look up some more news, maybe look up some more things to watch. Crossballs is always fun to watch. I do have my pilot again that we can watch. Friday, Thursday stream per usual. Yeah, we're going to do Friday. Morning started at 9:30, 10 o'clock Pacific time. So yeah, normal thing. As you can see, I'm just kind of hanging out trying to do. I want to do more solo stuff. I would love to do that. I would love to watch more stuff. And I have all this stuff to watch. I like doing that stuff live. I just want to get more people. And a lot of people that watch this stream watch it after it's been on live, which is always crazy for me, but crazy to me. I'm still waiting to see if anybody wants to pop on today, so that's why I'm kind of like stalling and debating watching some of this. You know what? Let's watch some of this. I'm not on Facebook, but I did this pilot 10 years ago and was really proud of it. I came up with this character, actually 20 years ago. I came up with this character, me and another writer. We were writing on a show and just kind of sitting around and coming up with ideas. And it's like, we always coming up, it's like, hey, if we got to do our own thing, what will we do? And we came up with this idea of this character, this rapper, who was kind of like Master P, kind of a combination of Master P, P. Diddy. Again, this was 20 years ago. But, the self-starter, producer, rapper, mogul. The rapper mogul, and thought it was really funny. And then kind of sat on the idea, didn't do anything with it. Came up with a bunch of stuff, weren't able to shoot anything, but we wrote a script, pitched it, did a bunch of stuff, and then, didn't do anything with it. And then 20 years later, came back to the idea. It's like, where would this guy be now? Where would this rapper mogul character be now? And then we came up with this idea, which was a fake, faux documentary about this rap mogul. So let's check out a little bit. We can watch some. Maybe I can watch some later. But if you want to see some, check it out.
You are watching Danish Television 5.
God aften. I'm Peter Kors, and welcome to 30 Day. He's one of the most successful rappers in the world. He's a street lyricist, entrepreneur, father, husband, and CEO of one of the most successful franchises in music, Large Money Records. Join me as I spend 30 Day with hip-hop mogul Grand Marquis. So, tell me how the journey of Grand Marquis began.
Same as everybody else, I guess, broken family, ran away from home at 11, was rapping on the street for pennies, and then a local businessman took me in, gave me a chance.
You mean for Weed People's Co?
Yes. My boy.
Your first collaboration was with Peoples on the underground single, Look at That Dog.
Yo, man, look at this dog, man. That dog got a big old dick. Look at this dog, this big old dick. The dick so big, it'll make you sick. Look at this dog, that big old dick. The dick so big, it'll make you sick.
So as a mature artist, What are your views on that crazy video?
Well, it's hot and it's true. All right? You ever seen a Great Dane?
Of course.
They got big dicks, don't they?
Yeah.
I think that, anybody can identify with that song. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's for everybody. Whether you black, white, straight, gay, Chinese, Japanese, transgender, Mexican, chicks with dicks. If you're a human being, that song can reach your heart. You know what I'm saying? And then 10 million records later, look at you. You interviewing me from Daneland.
Denmark.
Next question.
You're often quoted as saying you don't sleep. However, the recent photos on the World Wide Web, the women, some of them are quite compromising.
What is this? Let me see this. What the hell is this? This ain't me. I don't even know any of these women.
Looks like you.
Hey, man, who is this? This is disrespectful. I don't know any. How many more pictures of this is like this?
113. There's a whole web presence dedicated to you sleeping.
What the hell? Kitty cat. Dracula. Ooh, I'm a king. Okay, look, dude, I don't even like soup, all right? I never eat soup in my life. I don't know why would I wear it on my head. What's the big deal? Where's the fucking pictures at? I would like to be fucking in some of these pictures.
What about that one there?
I'm not. This is not fucking. That's just sleeping, which I don't do. Right? Everybody knows I do not sleep. Do you mind?
Yeah, I do mind. Yeah, yo.
No, it ain't gonna break, man. I don't have to step on it.
That's my iPad.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll get you one without all that bullshit on it.
We got 3 weeks left on the Thug Baby tour.
It's 6 a.m., and he's already 3 hours into his workday. Sleep, Grand Marquis says, is his enemy.
Financials. Dr. Kryber, thank you. Okay.
Big Ja,
These
get at me
financials
sometime
up
if
to
you want to, man. There's a
As
lot
of
of stuff
last
on
week?
YouTube.
That's definitely hot. Hell yeah. I love being in the red, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at that work. Turned up. Oh, that's fresh.
It's like a farmer's market.
That's that work. All right, that's it with the financials, man. What's up with that lawsuit?
Right, I just got off the phone with your wife, Apple Grand Marquis attorneys.
Wait, stop, man. Why is she still calling herself Apple Grand Marquis? My whole name? That didn't make any sense.
I don't really know.
It's long as hell and awkward and shit.
It is long as shit.
And then second of all, what does she want?
Well, on top of Division of Homes and spousal support, she's seeking $2.3 million in damages.
What?
Yeah.
Give me the word, Marquis.
I know. I'll give you a word.
What, for what?
For what?
She says you forced her to receive buttock augmentation.
Ass injection.
Yeah.
Dude, look, man. If a woman wants to inject a foreign substance into her ass, who am I to stop her?
Preach.
This is going out to all the lovely ladies out there. Use a wretched trick.
By just dancing to Grand Marquis' hit song Ratchet Trick, Apple Grand Marquis' current viral video has reportedly earned her $4.7 million.
God damn, man. My dick made that whole family famous. It's not fair and it's not right. And plus, she dancing to my music. What the fuck am I supposed to dance to? Fucked up thing is, I still love her. All right, everybody, good business meeting, man.
Hey, I still think we need to talk about the lawsuit with the Beatles estate, okay? Now, you sampled Penny Lane without their consent.
That silly ass song?
Yeah.
I made it 10 times better. They should pay me.
It's a little more complicated than that.
What's this documentary dude's name?
Peter Ghost.
Peter? Come on, let me show you the rest of my dope ass house. You ever seen a helicopter pad? Yeah, you gonna love this shit.
GM, I really think we should talk about this, my man. Come on.
This meeting is adjourned.
It is adjourned.
It is adjourned.
Adjourn it.
He has invited his son, Dion, for lunch. Currently, Dion is the best-selling artist on the large money label.
Damn it, Big Midget. I told you, the little fork goes on the outside. You're supposed to eat your way in.
He's a teen heartthrob who first came to prominence at the age of 9 months on the hit single, Thug Baby.
It's a thug, baby. It's a thug, baby. It's a thug, baby.
Dad! Huh? Sleeping? What? No, never. All right, Dion, what's up? Hey, you doing the tour? The tour going good?
Yeah, the tour's going good.
Yeah.
It's going real
The
good.
panties fine?
Yeah.
After parties?
Reggie Coos, I don't know what he's doing online now. The whole idea was that we wanted to get somebody that was like young and doing the. I guess like then it was fine.
Yeah.
Getting faded?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my boy, huh? My seed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were just about to talk about your second album.
About that, I don't even know if I want to do music anymore. I want to go to college.
Okay, look, you know what? You can learn a lot from a second album. Plus, look, I know you want to do other things, but this is the kingdom, huh? I made this for you.
And I appreciate that, but I don't even like hip hop that much.
All right, look, you know what? If this was a movie, this would be the time when I would slap you. But I don't hit my kids, so I won't.
It's not that I don't like hip hop. I just don't like what it's becoming. Listen, I'm going to Stanford, and when I graduate, I'm gonna help people abroad.
Abroad? Abroad where?
Abroad, like people in Africa.
Africa? Okay, look, you don't know this, but Africa's a tough place, all right? It ain't all the nice places that you see on TV. You know, Oprah had a school there. Did you know that?
Kids got raped.
Plus, you know what? We're not even African, all right? We Caribbean, so we really don't owe those people anything.
I love you. I gotta go.
Okay, all right. Give me a hug before you go. Now listen, I'm not mad at you.
You shouldn't be.
I'm not. Look, okay, after the tour, you come back home, you do you. All right? I'll always love you.
All right.
Don't sleep.
No, Dad, get some sleep.
I mean, you gotta understand, Grand Marquis is one of the most prolific rappers of all time, man. He the one who invented eating bacon off of women. No matter what he's been through, no matter how much money he make, no matter how many giraffe farms he buy, it's Dion. That's the only thing he seemed to care about.
Grand Marquis is constantly on the move, or as he says, on the grind. His grinding ventures are numerous. Parking lots, calling cards, lap diamonds, even a candle shop.
Wait, so you want me to invest $850,000 in a parking lot in Atlanta based on these whack-ass plans you sent over? Yeah, well, you know, before you even start pouring concrete, you're gonna have to totally rethink your rebar placement, especially on the top slabs. And that's just me taking a cursory look, nigga. Well, you're gonna have some serious structural issues if you go with this. Talking to me like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, you'll get back to me. Bitch ass.
Bitch ass.
Parking lots, man, that's how black people lose their money. Where are we going?
You have a meeting.
Another meeting? You got too many meetings, man. Remind me not to have so many meetings.
Oh, Grand Marquis.
Oh, my boo. Come here, bring it in, girl. This is my girl right here. This is Josephina. She's very knowledgeable about all the products in our candle shop that we own together.
Hello, Bobby.
Hello, Josefina.
Tell them how we got into business together.
Well, Grand Marquis liked my candles so much he wanted to go to business with me. So we are partners now in the candle store, and you know, it's a good business.
Okay, now look, more business. Some tires, they're gonna get delivered to the shop, all right?
Tires?
So I need you to sign for the tires.
Oh my God, what does tires have to do with candles?
It don't matter, right? So just sign for the tires, okay?
Okay.
Don't send them away.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. I usually don't like rose water, but this thing is delightful.
Delightful. Heavenly.
You ain't stealing from me, is you? Because if you're stealing from me, you know I'll shoot you, right?
Oh, not if I shoot you first.
Better not shoot me first.
I have to shoot you if you're going to shoot me.
Proud to be the originator or the premiere of the character that's now on Hacks on HBO. But Rose was great. Yeah, she used to do this. This was like a character that I brought in, and I knew that she did, and then I put in this. So again, like she's great, and she can bring characters. Like she brought that same character to Hacks, and I think it was the same kind of thing. Like, what do you want to do? But yeah, I knew she did that character, and so I put it in there. Thought it was really funny. It would have been really great for a show like this.
All right, good business, me and Josephina. Bring it in, bring it in. Yeah, that's my boo. All right, sign for the tires.
Okay.
Don't sleep.
Goodbye, Bobby.
Bye, Josefina.
Upon further investigation, I was able to discover through Interpol that Josefina Conze wasn't actually who she claims she was. Her actual identity is Melina Arce, also known as Senorita Tio, a key member of the Dios Asesino Guatemalan drug cartel. However, my responsibility as a documentarian prohibits me from revealing this potential life-threatening information. It's midnight, and Grand Marquis shows no sign of slowing down. He immediately goes into the recording studio.
Hey, play that beat that I gave you off my phone. That's that hardness. Hit me off with it. All right, start me off.
Let's go! Get off your fat wife and tell her to put that turkey wing down. Move her close to the speaker, stand on her shoulders, and get ready for the Grand Marquis!
Marquis! Sleepness, not going to bedness. I'm like Mary Vieira. I'm up by 2. That's terrible shit, man. Stop. It's awful. I don't want to hear that shit. Hit me off again, Bobby, all right? Start me off right this time.
You got it, man. You got it, man.
Louder.
Hope y'all read the newspapers, because the first story's finna be about my man, Grand Marquis!
Yeah, Grand Marquis! Dog. Look at that dog. That big old dick. Wait a minute, I've done this before.
Yeah, it was hot.
Shut up.
It was not,
Hey, what rhymes with rose?
Hoes.
Hoes.
Hoes. On them hoes.
We're about to talk about them hoes.
Woo!
Them hoes. You like a rose because she goes. Damn!
I like that last part.
Shut up!
It's been 3 hours, and Grand Marquis is visibly frustrated that the muses have refused to arrive.
I got it. Let's do this. All right. Hit me the beat. Fuck! Shit. What the hell is this music doing in here?
What is this music doing in here?
This is what's messing me up, the stupid music. Who would put music in a fucking recording studio?
Who would do that?
Move! Get out of here! Get out of here! I'm too old for this shit! I can't do it!
While Grand Marquis was hoping that the conversation with his son would be confidential by shielding his microphone, luckily for us, it wasn't.
Yeah. Come to the studio? I don't care what you want or don't want. Just come down here. Please.
Dad, what the hell? It's like 3 in the morning.
I'm trying to record a song, and I'm just having a hard time. I haven't done this in a long time. I focused most of my career on you.
Are you crying?
Tired. I don't know what I'm doing. You gotta help me.
Let me hear the beat.
It's on my phone.
Let me hear it. Nice. I can definitely do something with that. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, money dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Supposed to be fun, right?
All right. Yeah. The money dance.
Okay, all right. I'm hype.
All right, let's go. Let's do this, Dad.
All right. What rhymes with dog?
You already did that.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. What rhymes with cat?
They've been at it for only 20 minutes. I don't know how many hours or days it will take to complete this work.
Okay. Let me see. Oh my damn! This is the fire. You a genius. I'm gonna spit this right now. I'm gonna go to the studio. Come on. Go to the studio with me.
It's one of the criticisms when I would pitch this was like, is this really this stupid? And I don't know, like, or is he that bad? Is he really this bad? Like, how could a rapper be that bad at rap? And for me, that was part of the statement in the co-character, was that he was bad at it. He was just bad at it. Like, he could not do it. And I don't know, showing it in this scene in this way might have been like weird, in that like, oh, this is like he just couldn't get it or whatever, or maybe like what was going on the other times, and like, I guess that wasn't the point. Was like, and maybe every time that he went to the studio, and he just never put it out of his mind, but every time he went, it was like this, But how did he manage to sell records? Because people are like, well, people wouldn't like that. I think I tried to do something at the end, because I didn't have a lot of time to do music, and I didn't have time to work with any DJ or anybody with music. And so I had to just put those tracks that you hear, or that was like a track that I put together, with no idea how I would like make a song to it or whatever. I think that we did actually make a song, but I actually kind of just like improvised while we were filming this a record. So we did that. I put a backing track I made that track, and then kind of tried to rap to it, and then really did like make up something that we ended up kind of mixing together and then putting together for the video at the end of this. I will have Brandon as a guest. He's a very busy dad right now. Oh, Chris, yeah, ain't fun. Yeah, I wish. You know, I'm at the point now where, like, hey, you know, up for sale. Like anybody that wants me to, you know, you got some propaganda you want me to put out there. I'm here. I'm here to put it out there. Oh, war's great. Need to get paid. I got some projects coming up that I can't talk about that I really wish I could, and I'm gonna be out here streaming and doing a lot of stuff more when that stuff happens, but I can't talk about it right now. But I really wish I could. To really get me some income going. Yeah, I will have Brandon come on sometime. But yeah, he's a busy dad right now. So, but he was really good in that, and he was another like last minute. A lot of these people were last minute people that I got to go into. It's kind of a last minute thing that we kind of pulled together. Got a director, got some of the other guests, you know, like within a few weeks that I put this together. A lot of the work was like just trying to edit the stuff that we put together, but this was like a really quick project that me and another writer, another producer did, and we had a small crew and just went out and did it. We got that house, rented a house and just shot it ourselves. I wish I could do more stuff like that. I learned a lot. It wasn't exactly what I wanted to be. I think it could have really been a funny show. It was hard to sell at the time. Like people were like, well, is he positive? I think now maybe it would have been a little bit easier. There was somebody that was kind of interested in it, but they ended up doing something that was pretty similar to this, but in a kind of different genre of music. So that was the other thing. That kind of went with that. I'm gonna come back to this. Do you remember where we left off? We can watch this again. I think I want to watch it with my friend that I made this with, and maybe I can get Brandon on and some of the other people. I really want to get this guy Big Ja, who played the my like right hand man kind of guy that was in that. He does a lot of stuff on YouTube. He's really funny dude. There was a lot of way I cast this. I really wanted to cast it because this was going to be kind of like, I think at the time, in 2001, we were kind of thinking that maybe it would be a web series. I think that was the way I was kind of pitching this. Really wasn't trying to pitch it to be on the air. And then as I got into meetings, people were kind of thinking, okay, could this be something on the air? And then they're like, no. And I said, well, this is a silly web series. We did it, really cheaply. But anyway, that was the way that went. I've had a lot of fun today. I want more people. I'm gonna delete this. People can't watch it later on. You gotta watch it live. We'll be on again on Friday. Skipping Thursday again. Some of our friends are again, like I said, are working down here doing a little project that I guess they can talk about when it comes out. Other than that, we'll be keep looking on. Oh, we'll keep looking at what can come out. Lunar, you keep asking me about the What was it you asked me about? Oh, let's see if I can find this. Yes, here we go. So you want to know about the Discord, right, Lunar? I can get the here's I put there's an invite on my channel, on my YouTube channel. Well, you don't have to do it now, but you know where the invite is at. Right? Put it in the chat. So, you know, if you want to do anything with that, please do. Go on. There you go. Thank you. And then maybe we can get some other people on this Discord and see if we can get it going on Friday. So once again, I'll see you on Friday. We usually start at around 9:30 Pacific time. Thank you, Lunar. If you want to do whatever you want to do on that Discord, upload some stuff that you want me to look at, any links that you want me to go to, you want us to watch, stuff that's funny, any discussions, whatever. You're the first person. Thank you so much, man. And thank you, everybody. I'm going to see you Friday. Have a good day. Shouldn't be this hard. It should not be this hard just to leave, you know? But sometimes it is.